Hey guys, so I wanted to do a full video on my makeup routine because y'all are always saying, oh, your skin is so flawless, what do you use? Well, y'all listen, my skin is not flawless. Look, I have spider veins, I have redness, I have dark circles under my eyes, I have all the problems everybody else does, but we're just going to get into this and show you what I use. Okay, now before the beauty influencers come for me, please know that I am just a person that is very amateur with makeup. This video is really meant for my middle-aged women who don't want to drop a lot of money on beauty products. They just want to do the basics and they just want some decent store-bought stuff that works good. So the very first thing I'm going to show you that I do is I always use Pond's cold cream. Okay, I use that at night and in the morning as my moisturizer. And I always put that on to help moisturize. So, and I use my hands for everything. You're going to see I use my hands mostly for my makeup. Every now and then I'll get a brush if I'm trying to blend in something. But most of the time it's the hands. That's the way we did it in the 80s and that's the way I still do it now, you know. But I put my moisturizer on till I feel like it's good and soaked in there. La, da, 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 da. Okay, now, you see my face has a lot of redness to it and all that good stuff, so, but we're going to take care of that, okay? The first thing I'm going to use for the redness is, this is called Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Cream, Amazon. Okay, now this is a pretty expensive little bottle, and I know they have little expiration dates on them and stuff, but you see how full that is? It's probably still over half full. I've had it a year or two now. So yes, it's expensive, but you don't need much. A little bit goes a long way. And me, I just put it under my eyes and stuff and on my cheeks where I have those spider veins, because that's really the only place I care, you know, to have coverage with it. So, and then I just, again, with my hands, I kind of pat it instead of blending it at first. I just pat it on there. And I do my nose because my little nose is red. And if you have, like, here I have a little scar where I had a bump and I mashed and I mashed and I mashed and I made it a water bump and then it busted. And so if you have any little scars, you know what I'm saying, like anywhere, you could use it on your little scars, you know. Anyhow, then give that kind of a minute to sit and dry a little bit. I always keep me a towel, wipe my hands on my damp towel that I had around my hair. I told you I'm very unprofessional when it comes to this stuff. It's no fanciness to it. Okay, so then my next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use my foundation powder. Now listen. Everybody's like, what you mean foundation powder first before your foundation? Yes, I have found as a middle-aged woman that putting your foundation powder on first helps keep from the foundation from sitting in the creases. Okay, it does good with that. Now what I do use for my foundation is CoverGirl Simply Ageless Pressed Powder. And I use the color 210, which is classic ivory, or I'll also use creamy natural. That's normally what I use, but if I can't get it or it's not in stock, then I go with the classic ivory. And I just tap that on, especially over that tiger grass. Just tap it on. And again, these are all drugstore products. I don't really have anything, or you know, get it off of Amazon. I don't have anything real expensive. And like I said, if you're a beauty influencer, you're cringing right now, and that's okay. This beauty stuff is not my passion. It's just, it's never has been, probably never will be. I'm just the average person putting on stuff. Now, what I also like to do that I skipped, I think if the whites of your eyes are whiter, it makes your eyes look prettier. It makes them stand out more. And I just use, I like the There's one, it starts with an L. No, I don't know. I'm not even going to say it. Anyhow, I just use Clear Eyes. But there's one that really clears up good, but it is like heck of expensive. So I tend not to use it as much because it is kind of expensive. I'll just dot that a little bit. Okay, so now the whites of your eyes are pretty. Now the next thing I'm going to use is my CoverGirl Plus Olay Simply Ageless. This has hyaluronic and vitamin C. Okay, there's that. And the color I use for it is 220, which is Creamy Natural. That's what I was saying. I usually use my powder. I use a Creamy Natural too, but I think they were out, so I just went and got the 210, which is the lighter shade, and it worked because it's winter time. The Creamy Natural is a little bit better. It's a little shade darker for like summertime, you know, when you got a little tan. Okay, I rub this in with my hands too, and if you use blenders or brushes or whatever, that's okay. That's okay. You can use all that. I just never have liked it. I feel like I can get better coverage like this, and y'all are gonna laugh at me when I do this next stage. But for me, I don't like to look like I have makeup on or feel like I have makeup on. So then I get my towel and I just sort of go over my face a little bit and wipe off any excess. And a little bit comes off. But I like it that way. So anyhow, that way it don't feel so heavy on my face. I can't drink water. It's so hot. The other thing, I'm doing this video with no cuts, no nothing. I'm just going with it. Okay, then I use CoverGirl blush. This is $5.90, soft pink. I'm a CoverGirl. I've been a CoverGirl since the 80s, and I love CoverGirl. Like, you couldn't convince me, and I just use the brush that comes with it. You know, it comes with a little handy dandy brush, and that's just what I use, and just put it on my cheeks, make them a little rosy, that's all. I'm just a CoverGirl, and you just can't convince me to be anything but. Okay, now the next thing. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. A blessed, beautiful, and wonderful day. And if you have your makeup organized, bravo, because mine's all just thrown in a makeup bag. I told you I'm not fancy when it comes to this. See, I put my money into coloring books and markers. It's not beauty supplies. Okay, so then I use CoverGirl. Again, CoverGirl, and I'm going to show you the thing. Because I went up and bought up a lot of this, because I was like, as soon as I tell everybody on the internet this is what it is, everybody's asking about lip color. I said, they're going to buy this stuff out and I ain't going to be able to find it. So I got me like 10 of these. Now, the color number 559, Plum Berry, and it's the CoverGirl Outlast All Day. Okay? See, and it really does last all day. It's really, really good. But this way I can name all these products and y'all can see the colors and the tints so y'all can get it. And I always take this and then I line my lips first. I start from the outside. I can't talk much during this process. But I take that tip. I just take it backwards. I know there's going to be some fancy beauty influencer that's going to watch this and be like, oh my God, girl, you're giving me anxiety. And then I just put it on it. Then I just kind of even them out. That's it. Is that not? Yeah, I got some beauty influencers that's just rolling right now. Like, oh God. And then I usually take me a little bit of concealer and kind of go in there and lighten that center up. Just to give it sort of an ombre look. Just a little bit. Okay, then the next thing I use is ELF. Everybody calls it ELF. I call it ELF because it's eyes, lips, and face. And this is Instant Lift Brow Pencil. And I get it in the natural brown. And the color is, hang on just a minute, y'all. I gotta get my glasses. I can't see that. Just a little bitty. 21722. Neutral brown. 21722. Why such a long number? I don't know. And I have very thin eyebrows. Very thin. And I don't like to make them any bigger. I'm just used to them being thin. If God gave me a lot of booty and a lot of belly and a lot of everything, but he gave me little tiny feet. He gave me paper cuts for lips, and he gave me thin eyebrows. So he did not give me excess of everything. He should have gave me excess of the stuff I need. I don't know about having big feet, but a little bigger. I got little tiny feet to carry my big old body. So anyhow, I just start under my eyebrow, right there in the corner. I go up to what I think is the arch, and then I go above the eyebrow, again, up to the arch, and then back down. And then I just sort of fill in. And then I do it real fancy, because then I take my finger and just rub over it. See how fancy that was? Oh, la la. And then I'll just, if I need to, clean up my edges, do whatever right there. See? Simple dimple. Oh, Lord. Then same thing over here. And I never can get this one to look as good as this other one. I struggle with it. But I do the same thing. I go above. I don't know why I feel like I gotta hold my mouth still for this, but for some reason I do. And then we go fancy again and just use your fingers and smooth that in. And you just make sure they kind of look like cousins. You know, they'll never be twin sisters, but if they can just be cousins, you'll be happy, okay? They look like they're at least in the same family. Mm-hmm. And then I just, if they're too dark or whatever, I just keep smooth until they're the color I want. Is this not so simple, y'all? Are we not? We're being very simple today, okay? All right, now, I do like to get colored eyeliners. And I always try to match my eyeliners to the colors I'm wearing on my outfit. And these, you get all these colors in a pack. And I'm going to tell you, they're on my Amazon storefront. But these are Davis. And you get all them pretty colors. So no matter what you're wearing, you're going to find a color for it. And then I also buy me a little sharpener because you're going to need it occasionally. But let's see. I'm going to bring the blue out. So I'm going to go with blue. And they've got different shades of blue. So I'm going to hit a medium blue. But hold on. I'm skipping a step. Eyeshadow. We got to do eyeshadow first. Okay, so the eyeshadow I use is usually these are Julep. And these two are on Amazon. And they come in a set. And I usually I use the lighter color on my hood, whatever you want to call it. No, my hood's above there. Okay, so this is, what you call this? Eyelid? So just get a little that going on. That's all. And then I also have these that are colored. I bought them and I have not perfected using these yet. It's little bad boys. I tend to really overdo it. And I go above, okay, see where your crease is? I don't do it right in the crease. I go above it some. And now I will use a brush for this because I'll put this on like that. And then I use a brush and blend it. These are not very smooth. But in case you want them, glasses. This is what happens when you start getting older, y'all. Dragon Rants eyeshadow pencil. That's all it is. And they come like in a set where you get a lot of different colors. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we're going to just take my beauty influencers like, yes, she does have brushes. I do have them. I just don't use them. I don't use them much. And see, this is still going on way. I have not perfected using those eyeshadow pens yet. That's a bit much for me. Trust the process, yeah. This side's gonna be worse because I put it on thicker over here. See, I told y'all, I want the ladies that are not comfortable doing their makeup and, you know, are like, how do I do this? And because y'all can see me mess up as we go. You're like, good, she ain't good at it either. Because I ain't. Anyhow, now you want to put something on the inside of the lid there. And so I think I'm going to pull like a pink. And we're going to go down this road again. We're going to use this one. Go down. Oh, look, it all came out. Okay. I didn't say these were the best quality. It's just what I use. And then I just barely with it. Because again, it can be a little much. I just tap with these. And get my finger and then smooth it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is it not awful? Okay, now, the other thing I'm going to do is take, to give you a little smoother finish. This is, y'all are really going to cringe here. Beauty influencers, look away. Take me a Q-tip and some concealer. And I just draw right underneath my eyebrow. Just to kind of clean that up. Because like this side, you see how much higher that is? I'm going to have a beauty influencer be like, I'm coming to your house. This is killing me. I got to fix this. Okay, now. See? Again, nothing fancy, y'all. And then, I've kind of showed you. And the concealer I use, I don't know if I went over that. This is just something I got from one of these little makeup boxes. Concealer, I'm not real picky. I do have some CoverGirl concealer somewhere in there. But I don't use it. So here's where we are so far. So then I'm going to use a little bit of black eyeliner because I want to make that inside of my eye stand out. And I'm going to put it sort of on my waterline. I just put it in there and close my eye. And clean up any that's on the outside. Do the same thing with this one. And clean up anything that's on the outside. And then I'll take me a Q-tip. Because I don't like my eyeliner to go all the way to the corner of my eye. And just sort of clean that up and knock it back a little bit. So here we are. And then, last but not least, has this not been just a very simple makeup video though? Like, it's not been complicated. Anybody can do this. Chanel Lait de Volume or de Lait Volume. Anyhow, hold on, glasses. Hold on. Chanel Lait Volume de Chanel. That's it. Lait Volume de Chanel. Okay. And we're just going to, this is the blackest black you can get. Again, you hadn't seen me do anything to my eyelashes as far as, you know, cleaning them up, like fanning them out or curling them or nothing. I don't do all that. I like this mascara. I've used it also for years, and I've bought all these TikTok made me buy it type mascaras, and I always come back to this. I think it's just a good, solid mascara, you know. Why do we hold our mouth funny when we're putting on mascara? Have you ever know? Women all hold their mouth funny. Like, next time you're putting on mascara, take a snapshot. Put it in my comments. I want to see your face when you're putting on your mascara. Okay, that's one coat. I think it's funny how women say that. They'll go over like 21 times. Be like, that's one coat. Honey, that ain't one coat. That's like 75. See, I think one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they'll say that's one coat. And you always have one eye, okay, that's going to do better than the other one. One eye that's going to look good. And one eye that's just, you know. But that's why you always make sure you have a good side when you take pictures. Get my good side. Oh well. Again, this is just everyday makeup for the everyday person, you know. And that's it. So there's all my products. Again, let's recap the products, okay? So the first thing we're going to use is Pond's Cold Cream. I use that morning and night, okay? The next thing we're going to use is the Tiger Grass Color Correcting Cream. This is Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Cream, okay? We're also going to use CoverGirl Outlast All Day, and my color is 559 Plumberry, okay? We're also going to use the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Foundation Pressed Powder. And this color's 210, which is the Creamy Ivory, or I do Creamy Natural. Okay. Then we're going to use this CoverGirl Simply Ageless. Now, I've got two kinds. I got the Radiance and the one with the hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C. I like it better. Okay. Then we've got Chanel Lay Volume D Chanel in Blackest Black, which is color 10 based on what it says here. CoverGirl Blush, and this color's 590, and it's just a pink. ELF Natural Brow Lift in the neutral brown. Concealer, any kind. This is just out of a box, a little promo box. Eyeliners from Davis, D-A-V-I-S, Davis on Amazon. Eyeshadow pens are Julep. And this, what did I call this? What did I say this was? This is Wet n Wild. You got Wet n Wild, and then this other one is Dragon Rants. Okay, Dragon Rants. And these come with a little sharpener on the end of the Dragon Rants on the pen tip. So, there we go. And you gotta have some clear eyes for your, see the whites of your eyes when they're pretty, how they just sparkle. Anyhow, did I forget anything? I think I covered it all. Now I just gotta do my hair. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you learned something today. If you didn't learn anything, then I'm sorry. But yeah, there's all my products all in one place, so you know what to buy. My skin probably looks a little bit more flawless right now because I got the CoverGirl on. I swear by this stuff. I don't care. I swear by it. And you can always go back over if you feel like it's, you know, you wipe too much off, if you do the wiping like I do. But I went from, you saw my spider veins, you saw my flaws on my face, and I went from that to this. And again, there's no, I'm not using any filters, nothing like that. So there you have it. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you comment on this. Let me know what you thought, and we'll be making more of these later. Okay, bye.